Evening. How's it going? Hope everyone's good, surviving this heat wave, which should be all but done now. C Smith says hi. How you doing? How you doing, Durwood? Hope you're good. Hope the plants are growing well. My grapes are getting there, which is positive. Had quite a few raspberries this week, which is always good. Bagwell says hi. How you doing, Bagwell? Hope all is good with you. What we watching today? Voidy Plays says hi. How you doing, Voidy Plays? Hope you're well. Do you play games? Do you play games of some sort? What kind of games do you play? AM knows what's up. That's literally what I've been like thinking for the past 3 hours. I'm like, it's gonna be a 66 hate watch again. But yeah, I hope you're doing well, AM. Hi, Voidy Plays. Yeah, what kind of games do you play? Connor 8 says hello, mate. What's up? Yeah, good, not too bad. Surviving the heat, you know. But thankfully today is gonna be colder. How are things with you? Hope you're good. Hope you've survived the heat as well. Durwood says, how about Manchiti getting knocked out? I saw that in the morning. It was a 2 a.m. Kickoff for us. And I saw it last night and I was like, yeah, they'll, Haaland will score. Some new player will score and they'll get through. And then I checked it in the morning and I was like, wow, they've been eliminated. Do you reckon it's the Pep Linders effect? Got a feeling it could be the Pep Linders effect. Let's see how long they keep him around. Christian. Buonasera. How are you, Christian? How are things in Lake Como? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. AM says he's playing midfield today. Yeah, I've noticed. They did this the last game as well, where he's playing as a wing back now. So in the first game, Alonso was playing 4-3-3 and Trent was a traditional right back. But in the last game, Alonso went back to 3 at the back. And so Trent is kind of a bit more kind of forward. So he's got a bit of extra protection behind him, which is positive. But I guess the downside is you've got one less striker. So we'll see how that works. Fish says hi. Hello, Fish. How is Fish life? Hope you're well. Hope you're doing good. Last few games they're using him as a right midfielder. I think because Rudiger is back from injury. Interesting. Thumbs up from Christian. Good to hear. Durwood says 100% that's part of it. But that first goal from Chiti should have been a handball. Oh wow. Okay, so they didn't. Not even all their goals are legitimate. That's pretty wild. Maybe they. It sounds like they deserve to go out then. That is pretty funny. I can't lie. Not so much solely the going out bit, but the fact that their players are exhausted now, and their players are exhausted for pretty much nothing, which just makes it all the more funny. So here's the formation, and as you can see, 66 is slightly ahead in that more advanced position. So you've got Rudiger behind him. Rudiger's going to be mopping up behind him, like Konate used to do. Yeah, you're right about that, Fish. But the downside is, I guess, they've only got 2 attackers. So where's Mbappe? Mbappe's on the bench. Interesting. We'll have to see how this works out for them. How you doing, S? I hope you're well. S says Mbappe on the bench. Yeah, do you have like any more context on that? Like, is he injured or is he being rested, or is Alonso trying to flex his muscles because Mbappe doesn't really defend? Like, do you have any context on that? Because I found that a bit surprising. Under the floodlights, 5-0 Madrid. Juventus would lose to Auckland. Yeah, unfortunately, I think this is going to be quite simple for Madrid. If we look at the Juventus lineup here, Di Gregorio in goal, Kalulu, Rugani, Kelly, Costa, Locatelli, Thuram, and Cambiaso. Conceição, Yildiz, and Muani up front. So they're kind of mirroring, to a certain degree. I know it's not exactly the same, but they're kind of mirroring Madrid's formation to a certain degree-ish. So we'll have to see how that turns out. S has provided the context. He just came back from injury. Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking because it's a bit of a big call to leave Mbappe out. But yeah, I think as Under the Floodlights was saying, this is probably going to be fairly straightforward for Madrid. They're just doing the whole coin toss thing. Conceição is good. Yeah, he scored quite a few nice goals in the was it the Nations League? There's so many tournaments about at the moment, but I think it was the Nations League. He scored quite a few nice goals. This is the first Mbappe game. Mbappe first came back after having the flu. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, was it like gastronitis or something like that? One of those, but makes sense, I guess. Fish says 11 George Friends, 12 Walsall. What is the context of this, Fish? This is quite random even for you. Christian says Yildiz is very good. Is this the left winger they've got there? Number 10? Under the Floodlights says, if Chelsea win this tournament, they literally have won everything. Do they retire the club? I guess there's positives to doing that. They wouldn't have to pay Mudryk anymore. So, Mudryk got banned and they still got to pay him. So I guess if they retire the club, then Mudryk might need to find a new job. Because I think his job at the moment is just sitting at home and getting paid. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, he's in hospital. Well, it's good to have him back. S says, even Rodrigo on the bench. Too many stars for Madrid. That's their problem. Yeah, it'll be interesting, like, how... So if you find... where is he? Rodrigo. I mean, he's even right at the bottom. Like, look how far down I got to scroll to find him. It'll be interesting to see how Alonso kind of handles this, from an ego perspective. You know what I mean? Dealing with that. So they've just kicked off. I'll just get through these comments before setting the timer. Fish's top 10 hottest footballers list. Number 1 is Henry. Number 2 is Fish. Number 3 is himself. Number 4 is Daley Blind. I still don't understand why Daley Blind is so high on your hottest footballers list. 5 Rakitic, 6 Livramento versus Sven Bop. You haven't even finished the list, but it's your list. Christian says, yeah, Daley Blind the GOAT. Fair enough. I mean, he's if he's your GOAT, then that's your choice. Is Nico Paz at Madrid? Don't believe so, unless he's out injured. We can have a look in a bit. Johnny says, hi everyone, welcome to Mamacita's channel. I still don't know why I'm Mamacita, but I'll take it. I should have known this because Christian talks about him a fair amount. But Nico Paz is at Como. You can see at the top there. He left, joined in August 2024. So let's set the timer for this game. Dang, we're 2 minutes in already. Time flies when you're trying to find out where Nico Paz is. Mbappe has scored every time versus Juventus. You think he'll score today? Probably not today, because I think he was in hospital and he's just coming back. So probably not today. I reckon Vinicius will score though. What do you think? Do you reckon he'll get a goal? Johnny is saying, it's the only time I want Juventus to win. Do you have some sort of hatred or disdain for Juventus that I'm not aware of? I'd be happy if they won. I'd be happy if 66 had a disaster class. Have we got Mamadashvili, says Fish. I think he might officially join in August. So soon. Like the deal was sorted last year. I think he's gonna officially join August time. Actually, no, that wouldn't make sense because we'd want him for pre-season, right? I'll need to look into that. Carefree Palmer, how you doing? Says, can't believe about Man City losing. To be honest, yeah, I was surprised as well. I saw that I saw the match last night, as in before I went to sleep, and I was like, I'm not watching that. But when I wake up in the morning, it will say Man City have won. And I checked it in the morning and I was like, what? Crazy. It's the Pep Linders effect. So he used to be our assistant manager under Klopp, and most Liverpool fans were not particularly fond of him. And now he's gone to Man City, and Man City have... So it could be the Pep Linders effect. It's kind of funny as well that they've just like put all this effort and all this time into this tournament, and they're just not going to get anything from it. You know what I mean? So their players are going to be like so tired. Like the league is not far off the league starting. Their players are going to be exhausted. So I'm quite enjoying that. Christian says Nico Paz is very, very, very good. So good. He gets 3 verys. So that's how you know the standard of Nico Paz. Johnny says, time flies when I'm at my Mamacita's channel. Again, that is a bit weird, but I appreciate the compliment. Annie FBA, how you doing? Liverpool seems to be serious for Isak. Yeah, the noise on Isak is not dying down, number one. And number 2, it seems to be getting slightly louder. Like normally, like when Liverpool are linked with players, some journalists will come out and be like, no, Liverpool are not interested, or Liverpool admire the player, but are not confident of making a bid. But that doesn't seem to be happening with this. If anything, the noise seems to be increasing. So I think last week when we were talking, I think I was saying I think it's maybe a 10% chance. Now maybe it's like a 20-25% chance. Because there's rumours that he's asked to leave. There's rumours that Eddie Howe gave him his word that he could go. It's more the fact that nobody is shutting it down. That makes me think there's smoke here, so there must be some fire. Because nobody is shutting it down, which is the weirdest thing about this. So, I mean, if we buy Isak, it will be game over before the game has started. Let's be honest. Johnny has clarified what Man City are. Appreciate that. Mamadashvili. Okay, officially ours as of yesterday. Very nice. Was there like any media about it? Was there like any unveiling or anything? I didn't see anything. But it makes sense. Like end of June, I guess. End of June, his loan ended. Here's 66. 66 gets tackled. Poor from 66. Now 66 is trying to track back. 66 is getting outpaced. Ooh, Juventus are through because 66 can't defend. Oh, he hits it over. That would have been 66's fault because he lost the ball. Kolo Muani hit it over. Do I get tired of saying 66? No. Is it annoying? Possibly. Under the Floodlight says that to think Juventus front three was once Nedved, Del Piero and Trezeguet. Yeah. I used to be proper scared of them back in that day. You know what I mean? Like Liverpool didn't used to play them because Liverpool were rubbish back then. But that Juventus team with those types of players, I used to be proper scared of. Not so much now. So I guess that shows how times change. Neom says apparently we're putting bid in the next week. Yeah, I've seen that as well. Johnny's making me laugh, but I'll get to that. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think would be a reasonable bid? I've seen like 130 million. Do you think that's too much, or do you think that's fair? Because from what I can see, the player wants to come, and the only thing in the way is Newcastle. So as I was kind of saying, I've gone from thinking it definitely won't happen to there's a chance that it could happen. Johnny says, Neom FBA, welcome to the Best Football channel. Appreciate the support, Johnny. It also says, your chest hair look good today. That's why I hate wearing this shirt, because the neck is like so low. It gives me like some sort of cleavage. Why is the neck so low on this shirt? But it's all good. It's all good. Not that I saw. Okay, he's low and ended. Okay, hopefully we should get some sort of media, some sort of kind of formal announcement soon, and then yeah, should be fun. What I'm thinking of doing on Thursday, actually, I know there's a game on Thursday, but I probably won't do that. Just have a double check because I've got an idea. Oh no, there isn't. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking on Fridays I might do like a live like Liverpool keep, sell, loan thing, and then we can kind of see who would keep, who would sell, who would loan. Just something a bit different. So that should be fun. But yeah, Mamadashvili. I was about to call him Mamacita, but yeah, Mamadashvili obviously would keep him because we haven't seen him. But yeah, interesting to see what people would do with some of the other players. I think 100 to 120 million is a good amount. Yeah, I think that would be a fantastic amount for us. It feels a bit on the cheap side. Like if we were to do that, I'd be like, hey, fair play. But I don't know if I'm being influenced by kind of media reports and that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean 120 million would be fantastic. Neom says, gotta keep Elliot after that performance. Yeah, I think that's a fair point. Yeah, that's something we can talk about on Thursday, 8 o'clock, kind of where we see Elliot fitting in. Some people want to keep him. Some people want to loan him to get first team experience and then bring him back. Some people would perhaps want to sell him for a high fee. But yeah, we can discuss that. I'm not sure what the answer is for me. Under the Floodlight said, be right back, dropping my kid to the orphanage. Just told me young Ronaldo wouldn't get into this Madrid team. Fair enough. Yeah, I think young Ronaldo would quite easily get into this team. So the orphanage is understandable. Hopefully it's a permanent thing. Okay, that sounds terrible, but you know what I mean. Derwood says, still waiting on your cooking show. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. My excuse is when I tried streaming from my kitchen, it's downstairs. The Wi-Fi is so bad. I remember Snus just kept complaining it was really fuzzy. Because if you go back on YouTube, like my first streams I used to do, were in my kitchen, but that's when I only used to stream on one thing. But now that I stream on 5 things, I need like 5 times the internet bandwidth to do that. And I can only do that when I'm plugged in, so that's my excuse. But yeah, I'll find a way. I might have to just do it on YouTube or something, but I'll find a way. RG255 says, yes, how you doing? Hope you're well. Johnny says, why do you cover your chest hair? Normally it looks good. I'm everything but honest. Yeah, it's just I can't say I'm too fussed about it, but it's just one of those funny things that this I just think the neck of the shirt is like so low, but never mind. Jay Francine says, how are you? Good, not too bad. How are you? How are things with you? Hope you're looking forward to this 66 hate watch. RG255 says, is RG255 in here in the live stream? I would guess so if that's you. I'd presume so. My biggest hatred is when people name their top 5 ever players and say like Pele when they're young. Do you mean they're saying Pele when he was younger, or are you saying the person who's saying that is young and is saying Pele? Like which way around is that? Hammer91 says, do you think Wirtz will sign? Probably not, to be honest. I think there's a very small chance of Liverpool getting him. And if I'm honest, he'll probably go to Bayern. But let's see. You have to give that kid to an orphanage. Yeah. I think after the Ronaldo comment, it's understandable. Although Sonny, maybe the kid is Sonny. You never know. Lucho says he's already signed for Liverpool, bro. Yeah, I think Hammer was perhaps being sarcastic. I sometimes I respond to sarcasm with a straight face. It's a skill that I've perfected over the years, and then people think I'm being serious. Kanate rejected the first offer for a new contract. Ugh, okay, interesting. Do you know kind of what wage that was at? I can't lie. I'm getting slightly anxious about the Kanate situation, but when we do the keep sell loan thing on Thursday, 8:00, shameful plug, then we can talk about Kanate as well. Looking forward to doing something a bit different. Should be good. I'm looking forward to get everyone's input as well, because I think I'm going to disagree. I don't know what I'm officially going to put on the screen, though. You know what I mean? Like, there's no point me just putting what I think. We'll have to somehow come to a consensus. Redders says Darwin Núñez or R9. See, I would say Darwin Núñez. I would say R9, but since given your profile picture, Redders, that means I have to say R9. CR7 says hi in capital letters. How you doing, CR7? Hope you're well. Derwood says, I thought Wirtz picked Arsenal. I thought Wirtz picked Arsenal. That's I mean I heard it was going to Bayern, but I guess he must really love silver medals if he's going to Arsenal. Yeah, 66 is on the ball right now, and he passes it backwards. Johnny says, hi, how is your cat at your parents' house? Oh, very nice. Good memory. He's good. My mom sent me a picture of him a few days ago saying that he's getting quite brave now. Like, there's another cat who's like arrived on the scene, and my cat doesn't like the new cat. My cat's defending his territory, saying you ain't coming in here. So yeah, the cat's getting quite brave. I don't want him to get too brave because I don't want him to get into fights. But yeah, that's the latest update. Ash says hope. Oh God, Alexa, shut up. I didn't even say the word, and it just did that. But yeah, hope who leaves? Let me know. Kulsum Ali says hi. How you doing? Hope you're well. Hope you've had a nice few days. that kid probably is funny, to be fair. RG255 says my Avonlea pool is due, but my dad cleaned it. What's Avonlea pool? Have you got like a swimming pool in your back garden? What is that? He's not 66. He's 69. Well, he's 69 with. If only Jude Bellingham was number 3, right? If Jude Bellingham was number 3, then you could say 66 plus 3 is 69. Then it would make sense. But unfortunately, he's number 5. We were so close. We were only two numbers away. There are offers of 40 million for a few clubs for Konate. Very nice. I'm trying to think what I do in that scenario, but I'm sure we'll cover it on Thursday. It'll give me food for thought. Redders 100 says, I mean, who has more Prem goals? Darwin Núñez or R9? Who has more Prem goals? Well, I'm fairly sure Núñez has. If you go on my profile, actually, I created like an animation of Premier League goals, and from that, I think Núñez got 2 this season, which is 2 more than R9. So based on that logic, it's got to be R9. RG255 says, I had a old lady next to my house, but she left and the house got robbed. Ouch. That's not ideal. I hope that situation is resolved soon. RG255 has a pool. Very nice. Very fancy. Very fancy. Still 0-0 in this game. Juventus with the ball. Reddit says he's got more than that because he got a brace against Brentford. Yeah, I can't remember what the final figure was for Núñez, but I mean, even if he got 1 goal, that's still 1 more than Ronaldo. So by that logic, if that's the measurement, if that's the yardstick, then yeah, Núñez over Ronaldo. Yeah, 5 or 6 sounds about right, I think. Johnny wants RG255 to adopt him. I presume this is because of the swimming pool. Here's 66. 66 passes it sideways. Still 0-0 in this game. Bellingham passes it to his boyfriend. Boyfriend passes it back to Bellingham. I mean, yeah. Is that Hausen? That is Hausen on the left. Yeah, Juventus just sitting like very, very deep. Under the Floodlight says that I told the orphanage what he said about Ronaldo, and now I'm trying to find a priest instead. Is the priest gonna perform an exorcism to kind of get the evil spirits out of him, or is he gonna have to go for confession in the? Is it in the docks? Is that what they call it? But I think the priest is the correct course of action here. Just make sure it's not Father Ted. Come on, Juventus. We all want you to win. Cambiasso. Think he's gonna dunk him. Wow, so he's gonna baptize him again. Probably the most sensible course of action, I think. Johnny's saying that's him watching 66 play for Real Madrid. That's all of us. We're laughing like Kanate. This is quite it's quite an interesting game because like Real Madrid essentially only have two strikers up front, and like, why do I keep saying like? And whenever Real Madrid get through, they come up against like a wall of players, and then they can't get through. I've just explained that terribly, but I'll try showing you what I mean. Ooh, nice header. If I can find the formation. See, they got these two guys up front. Gonzalo Garcia and Vinicius. But like half the problem is they're coming up against that. Like they're coming up against Kalulu, Rugani, Kelly, and sometimes Costa and Cambiasso as well. They go back. So it's like, how are like two guys supposed to get past that? That's kind of the story of this game so far. Under the Floodlights, as he said, sorry, it must have just slipped out like a Gerrard moment. It sounds like an excuse to me. I think you should proceed with the baptism, proceed with the exorcism, just to make double sure. Because whilst it does seem like he's repenting his sins, seems like too little, too late. Let's hope the priest is not him. What is that? Is that like ice cream or something? I can't even see what that is. I can't lie, I bought an ice cream maker last year. I started using it again. It's pretty good. Chiellini there on the bench. CR7 said hi. What's up, CR7? How are things in the world of Ronaldo? Speaking of Ronaldo, Under the Floodlight says, I've always wanted the moment my son asks about someone called Ronaldo. And you get to show highlights. Understandable. DBLFC 15, aka... Is that James Milner? No, it's Florian Wirtz. Says, hi, back again. Sources I'm getting are saying that Palace are ready to replace Gahey. Well, that's positive. That is positive. I saw some news today that he's agreed terms with Liverpool. So it looks like most of the pieces are falling into place. So Liverpool have agreed terms with him, so that piece has fallen into place. He wants to join. That piece has fallen into place. Palace have identified a replacement. That piece have fallen into place. It seems like the only piece that is yet to fall into place is kind of agreeing on the fee. Because I think Liverpool want to pay around 35 million. Palace want around 50. So it'd be interesting to see kind of what the price is. I do think 50 million is too much. I mean, 35 is probably fair. Maybe 35 with add-ons. Johnny with every emote possible there. Again, I don't know what these things are, but I appreciate kind of how colorful everything looks. DB LFC says, yes, terms are all agreed. It's Diomande is going to be the new Palace centre-back soon from Sporting Lisbon. Okay, I mean, he's a good player. He's a good player, to be fair. Do you know how much they're buying him for? I presume it's probably going to be similar sort of money. I've heard, but to be fair, I've heard Eze is also leaving Palace. And so Palace should have quite a bit of money now. So it'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see how what's the word? It'd be interesting to see who they sign it from an attacking perspective as well. RG says, I never noticed you were going live. Yes, that's why I told you to check the YouTube. But you keep saying, I have no time to check YouTube. I don't think there's any way to put a schedule on TikTok. But on YouTube, it lets me put a schedule of kind of when the lives are going to be. Johnny says, just show highlights. If you show the entire match, he'll become messy. That's a fair point. Highlights are much safer. 66 is very high up the pitch. Rudiger is doing a lot of sweeping up here. Ben says, are you a Christian? I am. I'm not, but most of my friends are, to be fair. Do you like Dean Henderson? Is this the goalkeeper? Yeah, he's decent. I almost felt like, is he the one that used to play for Man United? I almost felt like he should have been the number one, but it seems they kind of stuck with De Gea, and Dean Henderson said, you know what, I'm out. Nutty says, grab the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit. If I grab the camera, it will unplug. LFC _LFC Max says, will Isak come to Liverpool? I hope so. I mean, last week I thought there was I thought Bellingham almost scored, but he didn't. Last week I'd say there was only a 10% chance, but there's news keeps coming out every day, right? More and more stuff keeps coming out every day. And what is weird is there's no journalists like James Pearce or whoever, David Ornstein, saying, no, that's rubbish. Because in the past, when we've been linked with a player, but it's not going to happen, there's a sea of journalists who instantly shut it down and say, nope, that is nonsense. But that's not happening. And if anything, the news seems to be getting stronger every day. I was reading, I think today, or was it yesterday, that he wants to come, and Eddie Howe has promised him in the past that he could go. So if anything, it's starting to look more likely. I still don't know if it's actually going to happen, but with the passage of time, it seems to feel more likely than less, which is encouraging. DB LFC says, I'm guessing Diomande will be about 40 million. So similar sort of price then. Top player. Confirmed Gahey won't renew. Makes sense then, I guess. They sell Gahey but get a fee for him, because if he won't renew, they wouldn't get a fee next year. Get Diomande. Crystal Palace are happy. Liverpool are happy. LFC Max says, will Mark Gahey come to Liverpool? Looks like it. DBLFC, seems to be quite sure that it's going to happen. I think it could happen as well. So yeah, I think the only kind of blocker to a certain degree is perhaps the fee. But if the player wants to come, I'm sure they could work a fee out. Mr. Default says, where will Liverpool finish next season? I reckon Liverpool will finish first next season. Generally not saying that. I haven't been too impressed by kind of what the kind of quote unquote rivals have done. But Liverpool, who were already a class above everyone else last year, have strengthened significantly. So I could only say Liverpool based on that, if you know what I mean. But if Arsenal were to get Isak and Arsenal were to get a miracle, then I'd still say Liverpool. No, but you know what I mean. Like Liverpool were a class above everyone last year, and they've only gone and strengthened, whereas everyone else has done nothing. Arsenal bought Kepa today, like a second place goalkeeper. So I think based on that, I'd still go for Liverpool. Maureen says, how long have you been in the UK, mate? Pretty much all my life. Was born here. Why is watching football so expensive nowadays? Yeah, I mean, lots of things are expensive these days. Going to the shops, buying groceries is expensive. Price of everything is going up. The price of beef in particular in the UK has shot up. Like steaks used to be like £4, and now they're like £6. But yeah, everything's getting a bit expensive. Don't know what that is. I think it might be a Saudi person. Isaac wants to come to Liverpool, just to correct that. LFC Max says, should we sell Konate before his contract ends if he wants to leave? That's a very good question. So on Thursday at 8:00, I'm going to do like a keep, sell, loan kind of discussion with everyone. I'll put like a table on the screen and we can figure it out on Thursday. So that's the plan for Thursday. We're going to do keep, sell, loan for Liverpool, and everyone's going to kind of say what they think. DB LFC says Isak is getting less likely. Ekatike is more likely as soon as Nunes leaves. Yeah. The noise on Ekatike has also increased. To me, it kind of feels like Isak's the first choice and Ekatike is the backup. That's the vibe I get. But let's keep our eyes peeled. Yeah, I think Isak is starting to feel a bit more likely. The vibe I get, as I said, is Isak seems like the first choice, but Ekatike seems like the backup choice. But let's keep our eyes on it. R.I.P. Sonny. Sonny will pop up as soon as Johnny goes. That's what happens. That's what happens every time. Mr. Default said, "Where will Man United finish?" Cunha is a good signing, but I think they need to do more than that. I think we need to see who they bring in. Fuck, Jesus Christ, man! This getting allergies today. I think we need to see kind of who else they're going to sign to form a definitive conclusion. Right now, I'd say probably mid-table, but let's see. Mr. Default has his football covered. Good to see. The general says we don't need Isaac. Is that Isak? I think we do. I think we don't like desperately need him. But he'd be a gigantic cherry on top of a very nice cake. RG255 says, you remind me of a food guy. It's not rate my takeaway, is it? I think I'm 20 stone away from that. But let me know. DB says Gahey will be in a Liverpool shirt this summer. I'm sure of it. Yeah, I think so. I think they'll work it out. Because kind of as we were saying earlier, I think Gahey wants to come. I think he's agreed a deal as well. I think the only point of contention is perhaps the transfer fee, but they'll work that out. Al says get Schlotterbeck in. Could happen. He's good. He's a good defender. So would you get Schlotterbeck in instead of Gahey, or would you get him in addition to Gahey? Where will Nunes end up next season? Says LFC Max. Probably Saudi, if I'm honest. Probably Saudi. It looks like Napoli and Liverpool cannot agree a fee. So probably Saudi, I'd guess. The General says, don't you think Darwin would be better with Wirtz? Nah, I don't think so. Like Salah put it on a plate for Darwin so much last season. Like Darwin couldn't finish from 2 yards. I think it's just I think we've given it all we can at this point. I think now would be the right time to sell. Johnny says, thankfully I don't like beef. Otherwise my broke self would be even more broke. Yeah, beef's expensive, man. Like it's one of those things. Like beef was always cheaper than chicken, but there's been a shortage, something to do with farmers, and now beef's proper expensive, which is a bit annoying. Everything's way more expensive. Man United will finish 20th. Let's hope so. LFC Waz says we do need Isak. Yeah. I think we need a striker at the very least, and it looks like Isak is the top choice. Isak would be the dream. And the thing with Isak again is, nobody's playing it down. Normally when we're linked with a player, the next day the journalist will come out and say, yeah, that's not going to happen. Or the journalist will say, Liverpool admire the player, but they only admire the player. They feel a deal would not be in their best interest, but that hasn't happened. So I'm starting to get a bit excited about it. Johnny is outsmarting the Twitch filtering, the automatic filtering, which is you should work for Twitch as a tester. So that's some people's job, is to test IT systems and find bugs and find ways that people can get through. So maybe there's a future for you within it's called penetration testing. Perhaps there's a future for you there. Lauren says, hey, what's up? How you doing? Do you see the chat? I do. I'm good, Lauren. How are you? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. LFC Max says should we sell Simicast or Robertson? Well, I was gonna answer that, and then I remembered the answer, which is Thursday at 8:00. We're gonna do a stream where we do keep, sell, loan for all the players, and I'm gonna go from Alisson down to Chiesa, and we're gonna figure it out on Thursday. But if you want a quick answer right now, probably Simicast. But let's think about it. Some hard. I thought this was gonna be easy, the Thursday stream. But already some hard choices have come up. Specifically Kanate, specifically Robertson, Simicast. It might be harder than I thought. When I thought of this idea, I thought, yeah, it's gonna be easy. Everyone's gonna agree. Oh yeah, we keep Alisson. Oh yeah, we keep Salah. Oh yeah, we keep Wirtz. But just seeing some of these now, I'm thinking this is going to be harder. Lauren says, yeah, I'm fine, good, thanks for asking. Where are you from? I'm from England, UK. How about you? General will keep Robbo. Isak is Liverpool's top target. Fabrizio is confirmed, but we'll come to the price. Yeah, it's not an impossible deal, but I still think it's going to be a difficult deal. Alan Fogg Shearer Lennon Fence. I think you might have changed your username. I think it was something else the other day. I'm a Newcastle fan. He's saying, I'm a Newcastle fan. Special offer for you guys. 180. He's like, I would take 150, But since I love Liverpool fans so much, I'll give you a special offer, 180. Johnny says Man United will play in the Championship next season. Hopefully the season after. DBLFC has negotiated our Newcastle friend down a bit to 160, 170. So yeah, I think there's a future for DBLFC as a sporting director there, getting the prices down a bit. RG255 says soon the company like KFC will be robot and McDonald's will be robot. Yeah, probably. McDonald's feels like it'd be easier to automate. Like with burgers and things. Like you just get a machine, right, which opens the bread, slaps the burger on, squeezes some sauce on. It sounds like it'd be easier. KFC might be harder to do that, thinking in my mind. But yeah, I mean, they've already automated kind of payments and things, so probably going to happen. They're always finding ways to save money. But when they save money, they don't then pass the savings on to us, right? They just keep more money. LFC Max says, should we sell Diaz? One for Thursday. But again, it's another tough one we're going to have to think about. DB LFC says, I feel Newcastle overprice Isak. His injury is quite bad. Class player though. Yeah, I guess... what the hell is this? Oh, God. I feel Newcastle overpriced. Yeah, he's a good player. I guess the injuries would only be a kind of slight concern. Injury prone. Yeah, DB LFC for sporting director. Well, when you make it big, DB LFC, do remember us that we promoted and we supported your cause. I think you've mentioned this before. Alan Fogg, Shearer, Lennon. Was it just Lennon fence before? I think it was just Lennon fence before. Would you take 50 mil for Gordon? I'd pay 50 mil for Gordon. I think he's a good player. 50 mil seems fair, and he's English as well, so you typically think he would command a premium. But I mean, if you would do the deal for 50, I'd be all over that. Mozins thinks the automation first will be Subway. Yeah, I guess Subway would be even easier, wouldn't it? But I guess you'd because you're literally just picking something and putting it on bread and then squeezing sauce on top. Yeah, I think you're right. In terms of complexity, Subway seems a bit simpler than McDonald's. Because McDonald's, there's a lot of variability. There's all like different types of food they do, I guess. Whereas Subway is pretty much always sandwiches, pretty much. I know they do cookies as well. But yeah, I think you're right about that. Aggie 1988 says, little Liverpool will never get Isak, dream on. Yeah, I think it's I don't think it's likely. But what I would say is nobody seems to really be shutting it down. Like typically when you're linked with a player, then journalists will come out and say, okay, Liverpool admire the player, but a deal is impossible. But that doesn't seem to be happening with this. If anything, the rumours seem to be getting a bit stronger. So I think there's a chance. Will it definitely happen? I don't know, but I think there's a chance. Like there's no chance Liverpool get Yamal, like Lamine Yamal. But with Isak, there's somewhat of a chance. Charlie says, this guy no ball. Appreciate the support, Charlie. I try my best. But yeah, how you doing, Charlie? Hope you're good. Hope you're surviving the hot weather, because I'm not. LFC Max, who will Elliot go to next season? I would love him to stay in the Premier League, to like a mid-table Premier League team. Maybe like a Brighton or who's got money? Who's got money these days? Ooh, do you reckon? Here's an outside shout. Do you reckon Crystal Palace will replace Eze with Elliot? Because I'm trying to think who's got money, and who needs a number 10. 66 with the cross. RG thought Man United will be in the Championship in the previous season. Well, there's always next season. Yeah, I'm with our new sporting director here. 50 million for Gordon. That's a good price. I think especially since he's English. Typically English players command a premium. But I think 50 million is a good deal. Johnny's providing a clarity on what he meant earlier. Appreciate that. I don't know if I should appreciate that, but it is what it is. I can't help it. More news in. Bayern are preparing a big bid for Luis Diaz. Keep an eye on this one. Gordon in. I mean, I think there's certain things that Diaz does good and there's certain things that Gordon does good. By the looks of it, Diaz would go for more money than you'd buy Gordon for. So I think if it's a possibility, we should explore it. The general disagrees. I think this is on Isak maybe, saying we don't want him, he's not that good. Charlie's good. Good to hear. Johnny is saying you know a lot about balls. Yeah, about like snooker balls, pool, that type of thing. Jake 101, Brentford to replace Mbeumo. Yeah, that's a good shout. That's a good shout, to be fair, because Elliot can play on the right, and he's left-footed, so he'd kind of slot in quite nicely. But he'd slot in quite nicely as an Mbeumo replacement. Lennon Fence says get Mateta for use. Mateta, I think he's underrated. You know, I think Mateta's underrated. He's not the reincarnation of Ronaldo, but he's a decent striker. Scores a decent amount of goals. Physically, he's a force. He's quite quick. You know, I think he's decent. I think Mateta's decent. You know, he's got experience in the Premier League. AFC DL, previously AFC Dave. Can't wait for Benjamin Tesco, Scruba Mendy, Node VP next season. Benjamin Tesco is my favourite one. I think when AFC said it the other day, I couldn't stop laughing. Benjamin Tesco, God. Frankie 100 says Liverpool have a great lineup, especially with Frimpong. I think they'll do well this season. Yeah, me too. I'm quite confident about this season. I think Liverpool naturally did very well last season, and since then they've improved. Whereas the other teams around them don't seem to have improved quite so much yet. So I'm quietly confident about this season. Jake disagrees, saying, I won't lie, I don't want Gordon. Not even for 50 million. 50 million seems quite cheap in today's market, especially for an English player. What is it you don't like about Gordon? Do you think he's just not that good, or what specifically? That's another good shout. Elliot may go Forest if Gibbs White goes to City. Yeah, so there's quite a few good options here. So I was thinking maybe Palace to replace Eze. We had a shout earlier from Jake. So Jake was saying maybe he goes to Brentford to replace Mbeumo, because Mbeumo's left-footed, plays on the right. Elliot's left-footed and did play on the right for Blackburn when he was on loan, so he can play that position. Simple 7400 to the Gibbs White. I think these are all good shots. Hopefully Elliot has his pick of which one he wants to go to. DB LFC says Diaz will only leave if a bid comes north of 70 million euros. What's that? Is that like about 60 million pounds roughly? Bayern 85. What? I thought the asking price was 70, and they were like, bro, 85 for you. 85. I thought we were in Bayern's bad books because we stole Verts from them, and they're gonna give us 85. That's wild. Like if the asking price is 70, they're like, guys, don't worry, we'll give you an extra 15. Yeah, I mean, so 85 million euros. I would guess that's just over 70 million pounds. Yeah, take that. Take that straight away, I think. DB LFC says, I feel people dislike Gordon for his Everton past. He's a fantastic player, a childhood Liverpool fan. He is Curtis Jones's best mate. There was also an interview I saw today. I say interview, it was like one of those short things, which is like 10 seconds, because that's our attention span these days. But it was actually so like a short thing where they asked him, who's your favourite player? And he said Steven Gerrard. I'd be happy. I'd be happy with Gordon. I like him. Lennon would take Elliot for Gordon, as in you'd swap, as in you do a swap, like a swap deal with no cash involved. So are you saying like a straight swap? RG is saying, what happened to, is that Harambe United? Johnny says, you sleep well last night. I know, because I have a camera in your room. Good. Did I sleep well? I did sleep well last night. Despite it being pretty hot. I need to find that camera though. So just enjoy it while it's there. Our sporting director has done a deal with Lennon, who I presume is Newcastle's sporting director, but he was just messing. Fair enough. Johnny says, have you seen the reels I sent you? I think I'm up to date. Unless you've sent some more in the past few hours. I like the one with Xerxes and Hoyland. That was pretty good. Yes, the timer. Yeah, you have evidence that, you know, when I always say I'm getting better at the timer, I'm not. There we go. Back to 45. Yeah, first half has been pretty cagey. Still 0-0. 66 has been meh. Our sporting director has done a bit of negotiation here. Said, okay, instead of a straight swap, would you take Elliot plus 20 million? That's a maybe. Okay. Interesting. Elliot plus 20. So if we were to kind of value Elliot at 40, that would essentially be 60. As in the monetary value of the deal. I think that'd be fair. Edgar Davids is wearing a jumper. It's like, mate, how are you wearing a jumper in this weather? How are you cold, Edgar Davids? Yeah, they're just doing their little kind of analysis thing. 66 failed to track back. Kolo Muani really should have done better. He tried to kind of lob it over Courtois, but he ended up lobbing it over the bar. Johnny says, put the timer to 66. I could do. Lennon says, let's compare Newcastle's best shirt compared to Liverpool's. Okay. My favourite My favourite Liverpool shirt is one that I have. It's this one. You know the Or if I just search for Torres Liverpool. That's my that oh, let me see if I can drag that over. That's my personal favorite one. You know the one, the Torres one with the collars? I'd say that's my favorite. Lennon is saying search up Newcastle home 95-96. Is it this one? Oh, is it the Newcastle brown ale thing? Is that one? Classic shirt. Yeah, it looks nice. Interesting. We both picked Adidas shirts. I don't know if there's something subconscious in that. Must mean Adidas make the best kits. But yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, I think this one's got collars as well. That's probably a Blackburn one, but that looks decent as well. Yeah, it's classic. Some of the classic shirts, definitely some of the best. The 09 kit is a beauty. Is that the one? Is that the Adidas one, but like without the collars? Because that one's nice as well. Yeah, this one. That one's nice as well. The thing is, like, pretty much all the kits look good on Torres. Yeah, it's a nice shirt. Oh, is that me? I thought okay, that those are me, not the guy firing. The ones afterwards. It's just coming out squished, and I was like, what is that? Lennon is saying, do you think Wirtz is worth the price? Isn't this the kit we played you at Anfield and Arshavin scored 4 goals? Could be. Let's have a look. I guess so. He's wearing that. I mean, celebrating a draw is kind of weird, but I don't want to get in the way of his. Whatever makes him happy. Yeah, DB is saying you drew. Yeah, Johnny, I can't read out that message about the pepper spray. Say, please show my comment. Like, no. Maybe perhaps if you sanitize it, then I might be able to. BRN202 says, yo, how you doing, BRN? Hope you're well. The best kits ever made are for a club called Venezia. Always bangers. Let's have a look at that. Oh yeah, I'm yeah, no, I remember this. Someone mentioned this before. Yeah, these look good. Yeah, it's like different. It's like it's a different style. Is that Kappa that are making those? So yeah, different company. Yeah, all of the. I mean, all of the. Look at that. All of these all of these kits looking pretty good, to be fair. Len says, Shiro or Rudy, can you do a poll? I can try. I don't know if I can do polls. I'll try and figure out a way how to do that. Johnny says, you are my mamacita. Appreciate the support, Johnny. DB LFC says, Shearer by far best English striker of all time. I hear ya. Shearer had it all. Good finisher, good headers. Scored quite a few kind of nice headers here and there, and kind of different types of headers as well. It was good. Big L. Peter, alright, says, damn burn. What league? I think those were Italian kits. C84 says, W stream. Appreciate that. How you doing? C84 football. Hope you're well. The weirdest one is Como 2024 kit with a random sunfish on it. Well, we've got to have a look at this. Why is there a fish on a kit? What is it? Como? Which one is it? Is it this with the kind of ocean on it? Oh my god, why is there a fish? Why is there a fish on what the hell? I was thinking, okay, maybe it's something subtle, like there's there's a fish hidden in the waves of this like Adidas thing, but it's like they've literally just plonked like a fish on it. You were not lying. Where Under the Floodlight said the weirdest one is Como 2024 kit with a random sunfish on it. He's not lying, because that is the randomest dumping of a fish I've ever seen. That's mad. A DB LFC says, are you streaming tomorrow? Not tomorrow, but Thursday. Thursday, 8 o'clock, when we'll do the Liverpool keep, sell, buy thingy thing. AFC says Paul Scholes is England's best player ever. Not for me. Especially not for England. He was good, but with like I used to watch Scholes. I thought he was fine, but Lampard better, Gerrard better. C84 football. Do you think Liverpool will sign a striker, and if so, who? I hope it's Isak. The rumors about Isak don't seem to be going away. Typically, when we get linked with a player, and if it's a ridiculous link, journalists will come out a day later. Journalists will come out a week later, saying, "Oh, Liverpool, Liverpool admire the player, but a deal would be too difficult." But that's not happening with Isak. Like, nobody is shutting it down. And it seems to be intensifying more every day. Granted, it doesn't seem to be intensifying significantly every day, but like it seems to be getting more likely every day. So I'm starting to believe it. Top Flight FM says that the Boca Junior 2003 kit with Capybara smoking a cigar. Okay, we've got to search this. I didn't know like there's so many weird kits. What Boca Junior 2003 kit. I can't see it on the 2003 kit, but I think this is the mascot. Yeah. I'll have to check that one afterwards. Alan Fogg Lennon says Gerrard or Lampard. It's got to be Stevie G for me, especially since I'm wearing his shirt. And then I guess I'm gonna have to go with that. Gerrard's the best English midfielder ever. Yeah, for me too. Agree with you there. Komoke is a 10 out of 10. Yeah, like they're what's the word? What's the word? They're very unique, very innovative in their kits, which I respect. Second half has started. See, I remember to restart the timer. I very rarely remember to stop the timer. That's my problem. It's not 45. It's 45 and 30. Good enough. Top Flight says it might have been a bad dream. It might have been. I tried searching for it. There was I did find some of said animal, but I couldn't find it on the kit. Yes, Connor Bradley 84 agrees. Good to hear. Jaden says we should keep Nunes. Please no. It's not gonna work. We've tried it for 3 years. We've tried multiple managers. People are saying, "Oh, but what if playing with Wirtz?" It's like it's not gonna make a difference. It's like Salah literally would put it on a plate for him and he'd miss the plate. I think it's good for everyone to move on at this point. DBLFC says another thing we have in common. And that's a good point. DBLFC says, I think the fact that Mourinho tried to sign Gerrard when he had Lampard shows something. It does. Additionally, Alex Ferguson tried to sign Gerrard when he had Scholes. So I think additionally that also shows something. Real Madrid also tried to sign Gerrard when they had Zidane and so forth. So yeah. Definitely the most complete player I've ever seen. Wahab, I think, says, are we still going to use the Nike kit in pre-season? For July, yes. But for August, no. So I think the first August game is Liverpool versus Bilbao. And the reason I know that is because I'm going to that one. But I presume for July we're still going to use the Nike kit, so it's gonna be a bit weird. So there's a Preston is the first game on the 13th, Nike kit. I think there's a game in Japan, Nike kit. But I presume 1st of August, new deal starts, then it'll be Adidas. Lennon says, give Nunes pre-season. We won't, but like, If we did, I wouldn't be particularly happy. Juve really should have scored there. The player just completely dribbled past 66. Got a nice cross in, but Muani was too far ahead. Far too far ahead. Liverpool Goals TV says, big up everyone. How are you, Durwood? How are you, Liverpool Goals FT TV? Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying the summer, because I'm not. But yeah, hope everyone's. Hope you're good. Lennon is saying, are you excited for Adidas or not? I am. I'm excited. I think Adidas make the best kits. They always look. 66 just hit it over the bar. 66 had a clean shot inside the box. 66 hit it over the bar. And DBLFC is with me on this. 66 dribble pass, what a surprise. And I'm loving the emoji at the end. he just had like a clear shot in the box with nobody on him and he smacked it over. I love that. DB says, Nike are so lazy when it comes to Liverpool, yeah. Like Liverpool's goalkeeper kit, like, is it the Spurs kit where it's basically the same thing? It's like, come on, man. You've got a year at the least to prepare a kit. Like, how hard can it be? Just make something unique. But the rumored kits that I'm seeing, they do look pretty nice. The rumored Adidas kits. Like there's the red one, of course. The away one is white. That looks quite nice. The third one is green. That could be quite nice depending on the shade of green. I think the away goalkeeper one, it's black with like white lettering. That looks quite nice as well. So yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, DB LFC also loves Adidas. I see Fish is still trying to become a Liverpool fan. Yeah, Fish is trying his best. He couldn't defend against the 9 in her 80s. He's awful. Bring on Frimpong. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, Vinicius had a nice opportunity there, but it was saved. UK Norco says, "What's your favourite part of Liverpool?" Probably the city centre, kind of where the museums are. That area is quite nice. Kind of the docks. That's also quite nice because it's quite unique. It's quite kind of peaceful there. Because naturally the docks are kind of on the coast, so it's not too busy. But yeah, I'd say kind of the docks area near the Maritime Museum. Oh, that's a good point. I thought you meant the area, but yeah, okay, yeah. Because it's different, isn't it? You don't have that in most cities. Mr. Default says, who do you think will win the Champions League next season? I'm going with... It's easy to say PSG, and it comes across as quite biased to say Liverpool, but I think we've got a really good chance. So I think Liverpool have a really good chance. DB LFC says, for me, the Parley Steps have a lot of good memories there with family and friends. That's a good point as well. Quite often where you have kind of nice memories also plays into what your favorite place is. So yeah, that's a good point. Oh god, see, I think 66 just assisted. Number 30 The thing is though, like Juventus should have done better because number 30, is that Ramos, scored a header and he's like 5'2". Sorry, Garcia. Like how does Garcia score a header? He's 5'2". Yeah, Vinicius. Yeah, I mean, if anything, that was poor defending. That was poor defending by Juventus. They just left him clear. Yuck indeed. City getting knocked out is really bad. The level in the Club World Cup has been Conference League level. The defense is a massive issue, and will be their downfall again this coming season. Yeah. Ait Nouri was just completely nowhere to be seen for one of the goals. They've also got Pep Lijnders now, our former assistant. So after almost destroying Liverpool, he's now destroying Man City. But yeah, I haven't been kind of particularly convinced by Man City in pre-season. And the thing is, they've played this tournament and they've had no rest. And their players are now absolutely exhausted for no reason. Whereas Liverpool's players have been resting, they've been going on holiday, they've been relaxing, they're going to come back refreshed. Whereas Man City's players are going to be physically exhausted, mentally exhausted, are going to be not in the best physical and mental condition to start the season. DB LFC says Liverpool won, as in the shopping centre, and even the train stations. I grew up in James Street practically, yeah. I mean, typically, wherever you have fond memories, those can be kind of some of your favourite places, I think. Yeah, Liverpool 1 is quite nice. Quite a nice shopping centre. Some good places to eat. The random kind of Everton shop just plonked there is a bit weird. I can't lie. You're like, oh, that's nice. And you see like a random Everton shop and you're like, oh. What the hell is that? That looks horrible. But yeah, apart from that, everything's good. The rat will but how may I assist you on this? Yeah, I would. I think Rudiger will respond to that saying, you can assist me by defending. Lennon Fence says, would you start Frimpong or Bradley? I think Frimpong, given they kind of paid a fee for him. I think Frimpong, but there's a chance Bradley could start. I mean, if we do pre-season and Frimpong doesn't look quite fit or doesn't look quite with it, whereas Bradley is playing well, Bradley's looking assured, then I think Bradley. But I mean, if I had to bet on it, I'd say probably Frimpong. The next time you come to Liverpool, try a chippy called lobster pot. It's class. All right, very nice. Might have to give that a try. Juniores says kebab esta a cuanto. I don't know what esta means. I don't know what a means. I don't know what quanto means, but I do know what kebab means. So any sentence with kebab in it is a yes for me. Yes. Kebabs are good. Kebabs are life. Life is better with kebabs rather than abs. Why have abs when you can have kebabs? That's what I say. A Liverpool Gold says all the City fans who claim getting Shirky for cheaper is a better signing than Wirtz. Lol. Wirtz is one of the best players in the world right now. Nobody knew about Shirky before he even signed for City. Yeah. I mean, I think Shirky's been spending a bit too much time at Lobster Pot. But yeah, I mean, Shirky's fine. Like, he's fine, but he doesn't really move the needle. He doesn't move a team from third to first. And I'd argue also like he's a downgrade on De Bruyne as well. Like, he's fine. Like, he's fine. But I really don't think he's all that. Whereas Wirtz feels like the type of signing who makes a first place team better. Whereas Shirky feels like a player that you get if you're competing for top four. So I think Liverpool have met their requirement by buying a player who makes the first place team better, whereas I don't think Man City have fulfilled their requirement in terms of getting a player to take you from fourth to first, third to first, and a player who's better than De Bruyne. He's just available. He's a guy. He's a guy who is available, and yeah, he's got skills, but is he going to elevate them? I don't think so. Name the top 5 fans in the world. The top 5 fans in the world are DBLFC, are Liverpool Goals TV, are Lennon Fence, are Durwood, and are Sunny. There we go. The top 5 fans in the world. Wirtz is not better than De Bruyne, says Sunny. Yeah, he's not. He's not. But he feels like he's somebody who's got potential to reach that level. Whereas Shirky doesn't look like he'll reach that level. Like, De Bruyne is an all-time great. And a 22-year-old from Bundesliga is never going to be better than him. But Wirtz, at the very least, looks like he's got potential to kind of get there. And even if Wirtz gets near to De Bruyne's level, but not quite there, I think that's really good. Whereas I think Liverpool Goals' point was more that Wirtz is levels above Shirky, and I agree. I can't believe people compare Cheeks and Wirtz. He's a joke, so overrated. See, you've corrected that to Shirky, but I think Cheeks is better. Cheeks feels like a bit of a slander name. I think Cheeks is better. Lennon's top 5 fans are Barca, River Plate, Dortmund, Milan, PSG. I went to Newcastle versus PSG. The fans are crazy. Yeah, those fans are crazy, to be fair. Yeah, I know you meant teams. I kind of chickened out. I changed it. Because, like, it depends. It depends kind of how you measure better. And some of it is based on kind of individual experience as well. I would say a lot of the big teams, Newcastle, Liverpool, Man United, even Chelsea, have kind of passionate fans. The only ones that really don't would perhaps be Man City. But Man City is just, it always feels a bit weird. Shirky wanted Liverpool until we didn't want him. He was begging to join us. Very true. Shirky is nowhere near De Bruyne's level. True. And I think also kind of based on what I've seen, I don't think he's got the potential to get there, but let's see. DBLFC says, well, Liverpool were in talks with De Bruyne until we wanted Wirtz, so you tell me. It's a fair point. City wanted Wirtz to replace De Bruyne. Wirtz is ready to shine. Yeah, he's more... It feels a bit weird calling a 22-year-old who just turned 22. it feels a bit weird kind of calling him ready-made, but I think he is to a certain degree. He's more ready to slot into Slot's team. Ha ha ha. But even then, I'm hoping playing at Liverpool, playing alongside better players, playing with better training in better facilities. I hope in 2-3 years is even better. But in terms of kind of right now, and again, I don't like putting numbers on it. But like in his prime, you could perhaps say De Bruyne was a 10 out of 10. Right now, you could say Wirtz is maybe like an 8 out of 10. He can get to 10 out of 10. But right now, he's probably an 8 out of 10. Whereas Shirky, 6. I think that's the difference. And no European team can hold a candle to South American teams in terms of fan. I think it depends. Like, again, like, teams have passionate fans. Teams have quiet fans. Teams have loud fans. Like, I'm always hesitant to say this team has better fans than this team. Because, like, some of the people that, like, follow me on Instagram, like, sometimes I click on their profile, like, if they've just followed me, like, who is this person? And, like, they've got, like Liverpool, like, bed sheets and, like, Liverpool curtains and, like, Liverpool mug. Like, everything in the room is, like, Liverpool. And I'm like, okay, you perhaps don't scream the loudest, but literally everything in your house is Liverpool. Like, the clock is also like a Liverpool clock. And the curtains have got Liverpool on them. And the bed sheets I can see in the bed in the background also has Liverpool on it. And this lady's also got Liverpool tattoo. I'm like, well, that to me, I'm like, you're a much bigger fan than I am, lady who follows me. So yeah, it's hard to quantify. I went to Liverpool 3, Southampton 1. So annoying as a person from Merseyside to get tickets. I can imagine. Speaking of annoying, Kylian Mbappe is coming on. I went to the same school as Lewis Kumas, and based off that game, he's one to watch for definite. Did Jason ever come to pick him up? But yeah, no, that's pretty good. Ansu Fati and Pogba to Monaco. Yeah, Monaco are making moves. I saw Pogba, but I didn't know about Ansu Fati. But yeah, I guess with Leon out of the picture as well now, they're gonna try and get ahead as much as they can. You're paying 30 million for Shirky and 150 million for Wirtz. Again, it was not 150 million, it's 115 million. So, firstly, we've quoted a smaller figure for Shirky and we've quoted a larger figure to Wirtz. So, that point is incorrect. So, there's no risk for City. There is no risk for City. But equally, with no risk, there's no reward. Right? You have to take risk to get reward. Like Haaland was a risk, Van Dijk was a risk. So is there an argument that Shirky is far too less of a risk? Like, you're playing it too safe. But if you're trying to go from third to first, you maybe need to take risks. And granted, those risks might plunge you down to 7th. But if you don't take those risks, it's harder to get to first. Celtic fans and Real mate, yeah, Celtic fans are pretty crazy. Plus, Wirtz was the leader at Leverkusen. Anyone who watched him at Leverkusen, he did not hold back. His attitude on the pitch is win no matter what. Yeah, so you could certainly say the mental attributes there. So that would be mentality. The mental attributes are also quite high. So I think he's a good overall. I think he's a good overall package in terms of technically he's very good, physically he's very good, and mentally as well he's very good. And I think that's proven by the fact that if you're 22 years old and you're willingly moving to another country instead of going to the giant team in your own country of Bayern Munich. If you're willingly doing that by choice, then that's further proof to me and further proof to everyone that you are mentally strong. You have a level of mental strength that not everybody would. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. Come on, LFC fans are better than Chiti and Arsenal. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, there's very few fans who are not better than Chiti. But yeah, just some of these like people on Instagram, it's crazy. And I say crazy from a positive perspective, because like everything in the house is Liverpool. Liverpool shirt, Liverpool curtains, Liverpool bed sheets, Liverpool clock, Liverpool mug, Liverpool tattoo. I'm like, fair play, man. Like, I got Liverpool shirts, but I'm never getting Liverpool curtains. I'll say that. I'll say that right now. Lennon Vents, have you heard what's going on with Palace and UEFA? Yeah, apparently they're getting punished. I saw something earlier, but was it linked to Leon in some way? But yeah, I saw something today. I can't remember it now, but some sort of punishment. Alice says Saka is Salah's replacement. Well, that's probably why we're going for Isak then, because if we get Saka to replace Salah, Saka ain't gonna replace those goals. So that's probably why we've gone for Isak to make up the goals. DB says Gahey, Van Dijk, Kerkez and Frimpong is a scary backline. Look at some of Gahey's highlights. Yeah, I've been watching. I've been watching some of those. But yeah, he looks good, man. He looks good. 20. He looks a lot older. He looks like he's about 86. Like he actually looks like he's 86 years old, but he's only 24. But yeah, it looks solid. Yeah, it looks solid, and for 35 million, I think that's a good price. Tom Williams 3 says, I think we've got to go into this season as favourites. I agree with you, and I'm saying that not from a biased perspective, but genuinely, like Liverpool won the league by 10 points last season, and they won the league by 10 points after basically turning up drunk to every fixture after Spurs. And since then, Liverpool have only strengthened. So Liverpool have gotten stronger after winning the league. Whereas who have other teams bought? Kepa? What's Kepa gonna do? So I appreciate things won't stay like this right now. But if things generally stay like this, I expect Liverpool to win the league by an even greater margin next year. Sonny says, do you think Wirtz is better than Jude? Different types of players. I think Wirtz is technically better. Jude is perhaps physically better. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see how he fits into the system. Trent gets megged, yeah. Sorry, 66 gets megged. Always fun to see. Saka can't tie Salah's laces. Would take him though, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could take him. He could stay on the bench for 2 years, learn from Salah, and then when Salah leaves, then we could sell him and get a proper right winger. Job done. That was it. Yeah, Palace and Leon have the same owners. Liverpool Gold says, facts, Durwood, the real Liverpool fans. I can say that because you get a lot of trolls on social media who claim to be Liverpool fans but get involved to derail the vibe. Yeah, the block button is handy in those types of situations. Sonny says, if Saka is a replacement for Salah, then Liverpool are in deep water. May God be with LFC. Yeah. Well, in my scenario, we keep him as backup and then we sell him. flip him for a profit. Trent's been in poor form. He's got 6.6 rating again. The 66 genuinely never leaves him, does it? Once you go 66, you don't go back from 66. Imposters, if I can call them that. Yeah, I think that's fair. Imposters. Have you seen Trent's tribute with the number 12 to Liverpool? What tribute is it? That's not the mural, is it? What tribute specifically? That's quite good. I don't want to defend. That's pretty good. See, now that they're defending, they've got 5 at the back. So it's like when they have the ball, then Trent pushes up. But when they don't have the ball, he kind of forms a back 5. Here's Kefren Turam dancing past half the team. Passes it out wide, rubbish cross. You know when a player takes a cross and you just look at it and you're like, that cross is going to hit the first man and bounce out, isn't it? And then the player takes the cross and then that's exactly what happens. It's wild. Sunny says, Bukayo Saka, of all the people, rather have a random defender from the Polish league in right wing over Bukayo. Yeah. Thankfully, I think there's very little chance of Liverpool purchasing Mr. Saka. You can't really replace Salah's 30-40 goals with 6. Are they seriously playing 5 at the back? He's that bad, yeah. Certainly when Juventus attack, Trent goes back into the defence, and who's on the left again? Garcia also goes back into the defence. So they play basically a back 5 when they're defending. Come on, Juventus, knock out Madrid, make my day. Yes, make my day, make pretty much everyone's day here in the chat today. I don't think anyone's supporting Madrid here. Speak of the devil, almost. Your local reseller disagrees. Fish says who? Are you trying to type hi, Fish? Yeah, man, Liverpool Goals TV. Some nice goal compilations on there. 12 minutes remaining from Origi's goal against Barcelona. Mr. Modric is coming on. Real Madrid's I thought that was Roy Hodgson, but it's not. A Liverpool Gold says, Fish, why are you not a Liverpool fan yet? Fish is saying I am. Yeah, Fish is a Liverpool and a Górnik Zabrze fan. Yeah, your local reseller says, only reason is I don't want Chelsea to win it. I want Arnold to win it, so Liverpool fans cry. To be honest, we wouldn't cry based on this. We wouldn't cry based on this tournament. It's more like if he does terribly, we'll find it funny. But if he does well, then we won't care. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a double-edged sword there. A DB says that you took a bang average right back from us for free. Well done. I do look forward. I I do look forward to the Barcelona games next season. Liverpool goals said, who is your favourite Liverpool player, Fish? It's a fair question. Actually, I don't know. Who is Fish's favourite Liverpool player? Trent is a different human. He could pick one of the two paths, and he picked the wrong one. Yeah, and then he failed. He failed to track back to the right one. Sunny says, who the F is Arnold? Arnold Schwarzenegger? Certainly could be. I love how like he's trying to rebrand himself as Trent now. Like Trent, I'm Trent. But Real Madrid fans are calling him Arnold. It's like he's trying to get rid of the Arnold. Stop calling him Arnold. Local reseller says, no, you will care. Just pretend like you don't care. Again, like we don't care. I don't know how to explain it to you, but if he flops, we'll like it. If he does well, we won't care. It's a weird situation in some ways, but that's generally how people will feel. But inside it will burn. It won't burn. It won't burn. And whether you do one laughing emoji or two or three, it won't really make a difference. I know only Judas and 66. Chelsea won't get past PSG. I think PSG basically look a class above everyone here. Especially the attack, you know. Kvaratskhelia, Doué, Dembele, and then on the bench they got Barcola, looking pretty good. Mine is Robbie Fowler back from the 90s. Let's hear yours, Fish. I think Robbie Fowler's a good choice there. Interested to hear what Fish thinks. Jude's I just got images. I just got images of that. I didn't want images of that. And now I have images of 66 massaging Jude's feet. Thankfully not with his tongue, but now that I've mentioned it, now I am imagining that, and I wish I hadn't. Fish quite likes Xabi Alonso. Good choice there. Fish says, predict a Europa League in 2030 between Galatasaray and West Ham. That's a bit of a random question, Fish. But to be fair, most things you come out with are quite random. Predict. Why is it Galatasaray versus West Ham? Oh, right. Sorry, you've clarified there. Fish is playing for West Ham for Galatasaray. Sorry. Well, since you're playing for Galatasaray, Fish, then I've got to go with your team, haven't I? Got to go with yours. Pick one dream club. £100 a week, got your house paid off. Or Everton. What's that? Is that $1 million a week? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's $100,000 a week. Club legend. Oh. I mean, can I change the variables of this statement? So if my house is paid off and it's like a multi-million-pound house, then I'd go for maybe option 1. But to be honest, I'd most likely go for option 2. 100 grand a week. 100 grand a week. Come on, you Blues. Be careful with Trent and Jude in the changing room. Give them 5 minutes before every game. You really think Trent needs 5 minutes? Sonny says it's a Club World Cup. No one cares. Heck, even the president of Real would choose 4 Champions League over 1 Club World Cup, even though it's once every 4 years. Screw Madrid fans. They're always delusional. Yeah. I think that's a fair point. Liverpool Goals says Xabi Alonso, great player. I was not particularly happy when he was forced out. Yeah, it was a bit weird. Yeah, Gareth Barry, wasn't it? Benitez was insistent on replacing him with Gareth Barry for some reason, which was bizarre. And then we didn't even get Gareth Barry. Is that when Gareth Barry went to Man City? And then we got Alberto Aquilani from Roma. He was rubbish. That was one player I was like super excited about. Like he just looked like, he looked the business. Do you remember him? He looked like he was okay. Maybe not so much in that picture, but he looked like he'd be a quality player. Yeah, but he was pants in the end. Durwood says Juve keeper is the only thing keeping them alive. I mean, I'm surprised this is only 1-0. I would have expected a bit more. DB says Liverpool nothing a week. Gotta love your club. Gareth Barry, and then we got the crocked Aquilani. Yeah, Aquilani is one of those players where I'm super excited for him, and then he was pants. DB LSE would flip the situation and say, I'd rather pay £100 a week and play for Liverpool than play for the Blues. Fair enough. I guess you would get to experience something that not many people have. My friends that are Blues have enforced hate on them for life. Fair enough. Liam the Goat, aka Bart Simpson, says I thought it'd be 3 or 4-0 at the moment, but it's only 1-0. Yeah. Especially when we looked at the lineups at the start, we were kind of saying it's crazy what Juventus have become. We used to be so scared of them with the Nedveds and the Zidans and so forth back in the day. But now they don't look all that threatening. And yeah, 1-0. If anything, is more reflection on Madrid. Lennon says, search Trent's cheeks. I have seen that, thank you very much. And I am trying to remove that image from my head. Sonny says, so in the locker room, 66 can defend his balls and find a way through. And for oh God, no. Again, I'm getting far too many images here. And yeah, Jude has bookmarked that video. There's only one book. Sometimes on bookmarks you can see the number of bookmarks, but it don't tell you who's bookmarked it. That video's got a 1 on the bookmark value on the bookmark field, and we know who's done that. Raza X10 says, glad we're not in the Club World Cup because Musiala got injured because of this tournament. Yeah, I'm with you. like pretty much every team is going to waste their time here. I mean, just look at Man City. They got kind of far, but ultimately they got eliminated after playing so many more minutes. So like all of Man City's players are going to be so tired now. And not just tired from playing matches, they're all going to be kind of flying back to England, and that takes it out of you. They're going to want another holiday. They're going to be mentally exhausted. They're going to be physically exhausted. They're going to want a long break. But Liverpool's players have already been resting. So it will be interesting to see how this impacts the start of the season for the clubs that have participated, because I think the players are going to be potentially quite tired. Poor cross by 66, goal kick. Yep. as Lennon has said there, it's horrible. I think he kind of tried to cross it. And it just went out. Yeah. It's bizarre. Next, Bromans, Verts and Robbo, mark my words. Is that legal? Like... So Robbo's 30 and Verts is 22. And the rule is half your age plus 7, which is 15 plus 7. Okay, it's just about permissible within a social context. Half your age plus 7. So yeah, it's possible. Verts and Frimpong, surely. They're already besties. Verts and Salah. Salah seems to get on with everyone. Kirkes and Sabazlai. That's too easy though. They've already got a bit of a friendship. Who's Kirkes going to get on with? Kirkes and McAllister. That'll be a nice friendship. Fishes 11 for the West Ham Europa League final in 2030, sorry. Areola, Tadibo, Mavropanos, Emerson, Wan-Bissaka, Irving, Ward-Prowse, Paqueta, Somerville, Gulham and Fulkrug. Appreciate that. We'll see. We will see in a few years how accurate that is. Liverpool goals says... for Fish, I was surprised you mentioned Alonso. If he stayed at Liverpool, we would have gone on to better things. And Rafa dug his own grave forcing him out. Yeah, I think that last season where we had Alonso, Mascherano, Sissoko, the midfield was so strong. And as soon as the pieces started leaving that, especially Alonso, the quality started to dip. And from then on, it just wasn't the same. Yeah, Alonso's definitely kind of one of the best deep lining playmakers, one of the best passers of the ball. Has scored from his own half at least twice, from what I recall. Once was against Newcastle, so Lennon may not have fond memories of that one. I think the other one was in the FA Cup, also scored from his own half. Why is Salah a chill guy? I guess when you're getting paid 400 grand a week, you can be pretty chill. That probably helps. Sunny says, "Oh come on, Juve, at least put one goal back." Yeah. Oh, thought they'd be through there, but they're putting the pressure on. They're putting the ball on 66's side, but I think it's offside. You stole one of our own, Freddie Woodman. Top keeper, man. Allison better watch out. You should have Bellingham 12 on the back. They'll be married next year, yeah? Or Bellingham 21. Good for them, I guess. I hope they have hope they don't get divorced, because that would be messy. But yeah, I hope they have a nice marriage. Adobo and jerked. Yeah, so Sabo and Kirkes, I think that's what you originally meant. But we'll say Adobo and jerked instead. That's better than Sabo and Kirkes. Can anyone name a few strikers who've come out of the Portuguese league and done it in the Prem? Well, I know one who hasn't, Mr. Darwin Núñez. Was Diego Forlan? Was he? Well, to be fair, he didn't do it in the Prem. Portuguese league. Does Ronaldo count? Cristiano Ronaldo, does he count? Goal! I don't think so, but hopefully. Runnerman Steve loved Alonso. Hated that he played for Liverpool. Lol, Obi-Wan Kenobi vibes too. Yeah, if Alonso is Obi-Wan, then who's Anakin? Who's Darth Vader in this context? I was going to say Rafa Benitez is Jabba the Hutt, but that's probably a bit harsh. Mascherano could be. Spioniro Golubino is the referee. Good to know. Good to know you are excited about this game in 5 years, Fish. Ooh, penalty shout. Are you going off at the end of the match? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I'll be back on Thursday, though. Thursday, 8 o'clock. We're going to do a keep, sell, loan thing of Liverpool players. So yeah, be back Thursday, 8 o'clock. Alonso only mistake was being alive in the Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets era. Yeah, I mean it's so hard to kind of break into that midfield, right? Full time for this game, but who cares? But I mean any other era, he'd be an automatic starter. Oh, I love this. Why is everyone all over Gyökeres? Terrible league, stands for nothing. Yeah. I think there's an obsession over him because he scores goals, but I still don't kind of know what he's good at. Like, he doesn't seem to have like a bunch of attributes that really jump out to me. I think a lot of his goals are dependent on the league that he's in and in the situation that he's in. I'm not sure it would translate to... I'm not sure it would translate over to the Premier League so well. Ronaldo was a midfielder. Sorry, I meant Penaldo. Yes, glad you corrected yourself there, Sonny. Gordon and Jones, Wirtz and Frimpong, Kirkes and Sabo, Friendship FC and Dutch FC. Yeah. Maybe that's what the F stands for in LFC. Perhaps the F should now stand for friendship. Lovely friendship club. There you go, LFC. Yep. Final whistle, 1-0. Expected more from Madrid. I think Barcelona will be winning that league next year. Oscar, oh yeah, forgot about Oscar. Oscar scored over 20 goals a season in the Chinese league. That's the same standard as the Portuguese league. Yeah, Portuguese league just ain't all that. I've been burned once by Darwin Núñez. Don't intend to be burned again. Do you think Mitoma will go to a bigger club? It's possible. The age might be a bit of a concern, as DB said, but you are getting a ready-made player. It's possible. It's possible. Could go to Saudi. Could maybe go to Germany. Sonny says, okay, I got to go. Adios, sayonara. Penaldo, you are saved. I didn't come to the stream earlier. Penaldo, stay in Saudi and find a grave there. Or Penaldo, just retire and go away from the world. Take care, Sonny. Too old for anyone else in the Prem. Yeah, unlikely. I can see him ending up in Germany, maybe. I don't know why, but yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Liverpool goal says, I think Ekitike is a smokescreen. Definitely possible. I think Ekitike could be the backup option. I don't rate Ekitike. From what I've seen, I've never been particularly impressed. I don't know what he's good at. I mean, he's got very nice hair and he's got decent facial hair. But other than that, like, kind of failed to see what he excels at. So I had a feeling that Ekitike could be the backup to Isak, but if he's merely a smokescreen, that's even better. That's even better. Have a good evening, Durwood. See you Thursday, hopefully. I get you can be in his peak for another 5 seasons. Yeah, in like Bayern, something like that. We're signing one of the big fishes. I'm so fish will love that. Ekitike is not the one. Yeah, I'm not convinced by Ekitike. Failed to see what he's good at and agree with 1, 2, 4 there. Take care, Liverpool Goals TV. All the best. Have a nice evening. That's the thing. There's only a handful of world-class strikers who would kind of move. I think the player needs to kind of move the needle for a team who already finished first, and Isak does, Alvarez does, but I'm not convinced by these Ekitike and so forth. Yeah, I wouldn't take Ekitike unless he was cheap, and by cheap I mean 45 million or less. So cheap. But yeah, it'd have to be 45 million or less. But anyway, good game as always. I shall be back on Thursday. So Thursday 8 o'clock. Thursday 8 o'clock we're gonna do keep, sell, loan for Liverpool players, which I'm sure there'll be a lot of disagreement, but that's the fun of it. But yeah, hopefully see some of you guys there. Coach Becker says let's go. DB LFC, our sporting director, is going to negotiate some deals. Good to hear. He was on top form today. Got a good deal done for Gordon. Going to negotiate some more. G.I. Joe would love Rodrigo. Yeah, we can discuss that on Thursday. All the best, guys. All the best. And yeah, have a nice evening. Have a nice Wednesday. I won't be around tomorrow, but we'll be around Thursday 8 o'clock for Keep, Sell, Buy Liverpool edition. But yeah, enjoy, guys. It's not going to be too hot tomorrow, so we should have a nice day. And yeah, hopefully see you guys Thursday. Take care, guys. Cheers.